Okay, once you've got your bobbin in your machine, now you're ready to get the rest of your machine threaded and set up. So spool of thread is still here up top. The first place I'm going to go on my machine is a hook at the back that points down. So I'm going to head over there and go under that hook. And then my machine tells me to come forward to the right-hand side of this big metal piece. So I'm going to go there and below the metal piece so that it hooks on the bottom. And then now you can see this little hook in here. I need to hook on that right to left. There we go. Down through this slit here and to this horizontal metal bar. So just sit right behind that bar. And then there's a hook just above where my needle will sit. So that hook is left to right for my machine. Again, your machine may be slightly different. I'm threading this machine for you so that you have a point of reference, because most machines are similar, but there may be slight differences on your particular machine. So again, it will be your responsibility to go through the manual of your machine and make sure that you're threading your machine properly. Okay, so now I need to put in my foot and needle. So your needle for domestic machines typically has a flat back. So sitting here, you can see that flat side that's facing the camera right now. That is the back of the needle, and then it gets rounded towards the front. So I'm going to put that in with that flat side facing the back of the machine. I can kind of feel around. There's a little hole right here where it slips up into. So stick it up in that hole as high as it'll go, and then tighten the screw that's here just to the right hand side. Next thing is my foot. This machine has a cone-shaped peg here in the back that fits into the hole of my foot on the top. So I'm going to lift up my foot lever, place that cone into, my little foot fell off, place that cone into my foot, and then there's a lever on the back here that I need to lower to lock that in place. So you always want your foot in the up position. So this is down, touching the machine, up, hovering above. You always want it to be up whenever you are threading your machine. Okay, now through the eye of the needle. So domestic machines typically have a needle that goes front to back. So I'm going to put it through the needle hole, front to back. And then it needs to go through the center of my foot. So there's a little slit on the side that allows the thread to go through the center hole of my foot. Okay, last thing I need to do before I'm ready to stitch is bring this bobbin thread that's still hanging out on bottom, bring that up top. So I'm going to hold this top thread, the one that's coming from the needle, hold that taut with my left hand, and then with my right hand rotate the wheel on my machine, which is over here on the right hand side of my machine, rotate it towards me one full rotation. So you should see the needle go all the way down into the machine and all the way back up. That's like one regular forward stitch, and it's going to catch that thread on the bottom and pull it up to the top of the machine. If I were to turn it away from me, the wheel away from me, that's like a back stitch, and it will not properly catch the thread. So make sure you're turning it towards you. See the needle go all the way down, come all the way back up. I'm still pulling taut on this thread over here. Let it go all the way back up, and then the bottom thread will start to come up, and you'll see a loop of thread right here underneath the foot. Okay, so here's a close-up of that loop that comes up from the bottom. So you can see this is my top thread sitting off to the side. This is my bottom thread starting to come up from the bottom. So grab your scissors or a pin or something and go ahead and grab that loop so you can pull it up to the top. And now I've got both threads sitting up top. So I'm ready to close my bobbin area. This one has a little hinged door. Yours may have just a little door piece that fits in if it's a top load. So close that door, and now you're ready to start stitching. All you would need to do is select which stitch you want to use, and then you're ready to go.